What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. It's usually at this point in the video, which I would say I hope you're having a great day today. However, for the most part, pretty much anyone invested in cryptocurrencies at this point is probably not having the greatest of days. Unless you shorted this crazy move, then congratulations. But for all of the hodlers out there, yes, today is one of those sort of tough days to have to look at these charts. Now, to be completely honest with you, even with this massive dump that we just had, Bitcoin has actually dumped much more than this in the past in a 24-hour period multiple times. I know that's hard to believe. If you're new to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, this could feel like the end of the world. Now, I'm not gonna pretend like there isn't some really serious things going on in the real world right now. We have the mysterious disease, which I'm not gonna mention because if I do, well, my video will probably get demonetized. But there is a lot of fear, there is a lot of panic, and there is a lot of emotional trading right now going on. And we know that when people trade with emotions, well, things like this do happen. So that is what I'm going to talk about today specifically. Today's going to be a real talk video. As you could tell, I didn't have a funny intro because I think there's a lot more serious topics to go over today. So if you think that it's just Bitcoin, you know, people are complaining, why Bitcoin? I thought it was a safe haven asset. Well, actually, if we hop over here and have a look, gold is currently having a dump right now as we speak. I don't have to tell you what's going on with basically the stock market. You could see the Dow actually opened almost 6% lower than yesterday, and it is down since yesterday. Around 8.7%. So it's not just Bitcoin, it's gold, it's the markets, it's everything, okay? We have a lot of stuff going on. Sure, we can hop in and look at the technicals if you want. I mean, you know, and sure, you might be able to deduce something, but right now, looking at technical analysis compared to this emotional FUD and, you know, basically panic-driven markets, it's not really going to help you very much right now. You could see, just for an example, though, just to show you, in a 48-hour period back in 2015, this was January 13th and 14th, you could see Bitcoin had a wick all the way down of about 43%, okay? And in just one day alone, it had a massive dump of, let's see, 24%, which is more than currently what we're sitting at right now. But I'm sure that doesn't really make anybody feel any better hearing about something that happened back in 2015. Just also really quick, guys, did you see what happened to Chainlink? This was insane. Over on Binance, it went down to almost 0%. It traded at, what was it, 0.0001 cent, which was absolutely insane, right? So yes, I mean, we could look at the charts, guys. Having a look right here, we have fallen below this crazy insane, basically historic trend line, which was very important. You know, we did fall down back here, but it was nothing like what we're seeing right now. Now, in yesterday's video, you know, you did hear me discussing the $7,200 level. Obviously, in hindsight, wow, we sliced through it like butter. The reason being that you could see there was some bounce right here, but having a look, we actually did currently, for those still looking at the TA, did have support at the 200 daily, the 200 weekly, which has historically basically been the support for Bitcoin. We've never fallen below that ever. Let me know if you think we will fall down below that today. You know, we do have some VPVR support around the $3,800 level, but listen, here's the thing, guys. We have a lot going on right now. Now, if you want to start with just the stock markets, okay, just the stock markets alone, and then we'll get to the virus, which shall not be named. Let's just be completely honest with you, okay? Since essentially March of 2009, we've basically been on, I mean, let me actually zoom out here and have a look. We've pretty much been on the biggest bull run that the stock market has essentially ever seen in its history. Okay, so essentially for 132 months, the S&P, I know I have Dow pulled up, but the S&P, for example, was up 340% at the high, okay, which basically makes it the longest and most profitable bull run in history, correct? Now, currently sitting below 20%, well, this would say that we're back into a bear market territory. Now, yes, the virus that shall not be named may have been the, you know, catalyst that popped the bubble, but inevitably, we knew this was coming. We knew that eventually this was going to happen. Now, I just want to make it clear on this channel. I am not an individual that is rooting for a global economic collapse. I don't want to see the economy crumble. I don't want to see the dollar crumble, okay? I don't want any of that to happen for Bitcoin to do well. I do believe in Bitcoin long term, and I will always hold some Bitcoin long term as well. There's some of my Bitcoin I may never, ever, ever sell. Honestly, guys, that's how much I believe in it. But you do have to have a look at this first, okay? So that's the number one thing. On top of that, we've also had the Fed essentially lowering interest rates. Recently, you saw that. Plus, we have these oil wars going on, okay? That is all adding to something that was already not good to begin with. Now, to add into all of that, we also have, I don't have to mention it, but you know what this is. Now, we have this disease, this mysterious disease that's traveling, or it's moving, it's on the run. We're seeing more cases springing up. Now, some people have been making fun of this, laughing at it, saying it's nothing to be taken seriously. Well, the World Health Organization just came out and did actually say that you should be taking it quite seriously, okay? We saw President Donald Trump over here. I don't have to play the clip, but he basically said that there's going to be a travel ban from USA to Europe, and that's starting Friday at midnight, okay? So I have never seen, I don't know, maybe you have, but I've never seen anything like this in my life before. This is something very serious, okay? Also, getting back to Bitcoin super quick, keep in mind, we've never actually seen how Bitcoin would react during a potential recession or global depression, I guess you could say, right? It was born in the ashes of the depression, but really, you know, it basically went up with the bubble. It had only seen this, right? It had only seen prosperous times for the stock market, okay? So what are the effects of this? Well, obviously people are scared right now. That's a fact. They're scared. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Well, what's happening? Well, obviously there's less people traveling, right? If there's less people traveling, then there's less people spending money, which means there's more people staying home. If people are staying home and not spending money, then that means that businesses are generating less revenue. Some of these businesses may not be able to uphold their business and they may have to shut down or go out of business, right? Well, in turn, what does that do for those businesses? Well, if they're a large company, that creates more FUD in the markets, which means that there is going to be selling, which means stock prices are going to crash. And as we know, when stock prices start to crash, they create fear. And when people are selling, basically they're selling because they're afraid of losing money. When other people see the price of something that they're invested in start to fall, well, then they start to sell as well because people are trying to basically lose the least amount of money. This causes more people to panic sell. Do you see how this kind of could get out of hand? Okay. So when people are saying, where is the bottom? It's tough to tell. How scared can people get? You know what I'm trying to say? So that is just something that you have to keep in mind. And it's also hit close to home as well. I mean, you've even seen, see everything like cancel everything now, right? You're seeing crypto conferences get canceled. In fact, we had Zen Yu Yang. He actually fell victim of the virus. Now, this was at ETH London. So, here he is. He's posting a picture from his hospital bed. So this is very serious, guys. Just locally alone, we heard about somebody. My girlfriend, she works at a school, and one of their sister partners in their district, which is about an hour away, one of their bus drivers came down with it, okay? We've seen the NBA basically, closing down the season. They're not doing anything right here. You have the Fed, now Bank of England, making emergency rate cuts in light of the you know what? I'm not going to say it. We've also had actor Tom Hanks, okay? Now, I'm not trying to be like, oh, a celebrity got it, now we should take it seriously. But sadly enough, sometimes that's what it takes for people to actually get serious over these types of things. So you may think that I'm rambling on about all of this. You may think that I'm blowing this out of proportion. But the reality is that this is something that is spiraling into all markets, okay? Even gold, which is supposed to be the safe haven, is currently dumping. It's dumping now below. Look. Okay, so do you understand right now? People are panicking. What are they concerned about? Well, they're concerned about their health. They're concerned about their well-being. They're concerned about having a food supply. What if they can't get, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if they can't get clean water? You saw the craze over the toilet paper and all that stuff. So what I'm trying to say right now is that worrying about the Bitcoin price, could we have a massive bounce back? Sure, absolutely. Whales are going to play their games, guys. We could have a crazy bounce back, okay? But the thing that you need to realize is if you're in these markets and this is freaking you out and you can't sleep at night, well, you might be overextended in your investment, okay? Let me get this chart off. This is going to trigger probably too many people, although this could probably trigger people too. I don't really know what chart to go on. Where do you guys want to go? Let's look at America's father, America's dad, Tom Hanks. We'll just stay on Tom Hanks for now. But so the point is that people right now are concerned about their safety. They're concerned about their well-being, okay? Stocks, they're going to take a back seat. Bitcoin, it's going to take a back seat. complete, okay? Right now, people need to focus on the things that matter. And if you watched my video from a while ago on my channel, it was Bitcoin game over for Bitcoin, I think it was. And that was when Bitcoin was all the way at the bottom. Essentially what I said was you have to really look at it, okay? Like my Uncle Chris, for example, he literally got into a car accident and he lost his arm and his leg. He's missing the complete left side of his body, right? This guy is just happy to be alive, right? You have to understand that during these times, you need to focus on your family and you need to focus on the things that matter. And, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell anybody what to do, but definitely, you want to have that cushion. You should have at least 3 to 6 months, in advance in case of a crisis. You shouldn't be all in Bitcoin. You shouldn't be all in anything, As much as I love Bitcoin, as much as I want Bitcoin to go to the moon, realistically speaking, we have bills to pay. We have mouths to feed, right? For mothers and fathers out there. So ultimately what I'm just trying to say, guys, is it could get tough for Bitcoin. You could say that it has something to do with the charts. It could have something to do with technical analysis, possibly, maybe. Although, let's be honest, it probably has more to do with what is going on globally right now. And I guess basically before we go off, I don't have all the answers. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional analyst. I'm not a professional trader. I'm literally just a guy who started a YouTube channel 2.5 years ago because I thought Bitcoin was really freaking cool and I enjoyed learning about it and reading about it and sharing about it. That's basically it, guys. So honestly, no one in this space is a professional. Anybody that claims that they saw this coming, I mean, maybe some people did. I would say for the most part, it was just speculation. Okay, lots of people make lots of wild guesses, and when they're wrong, they kind of don't talk about it, and when they're right, they say, see, I told you so, right? Well, obviously on the Crypto Zombie channel, I don't really make predictions. I don't tell you guys what to do, because the truth is this market is so new, nobody actually knows. But the key takeaway before we go, I know this was a bit of a rambling video. I know I had a lot to say. I didn't have a script for this video. I just wanted to just make this. But essentially what I wanted to say is I do freaking love you guys. I do get up and make videos virtually. I try every single day. And, like I said, if this is too much for you, it could be time to sell, maybe get out. I mean, I wouldn't suggest to sell the bottom, but we may not be done yet. We may still have to go to some of these lower levels. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin may still have to crash. I don't even have the charts pulled up right now. Where? Down to these. I mean, we could go down to, where's the VPVR at? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, we have it all the way down at 2,500 as well. So my point that I'm trying to make is if you do believe in Bitcoin long term, then this should be nothing for you. You should be hodling, no problem. I'm still holding Bitcoin. I'm not panic selling. You might think I'm crazy. Well, people called me crazy down here for holding my Bitcoin, and Bitcoin went all the way up to 14,000, right? So it all comes down to what you believe in, but also you have to just allocate your net worth into, what you're going to be able to sleep at night. And if having this much money in Bitcoin is making you toss and turn and freak out when you have days like this, then yeah, it might be time for you to take a little bit out, start saving, put more in cash, which yes, it's going to lose 2 to 3% annually, but we do have to pay our bills. We do have to take care of our health. And obviously with situations like this running rampant, we don't know what this outcome is. Everyone likes to play doctor, but I'm not a doctor and you're not a doctor. And none of us really know what's going to happen with this long term. And until this comes to a final resolution, we can't rely on anything, not even gold, as a safe haven asset, potentially, not even Bitcoin. Who knows? There may not even be a safe haven asset, right? The safe haven asset might be to short the markets. I don't know. I don't have those answers for you. But at the end of the day, what is most important is your health, is your safety, is your well-being, okay? And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I've ever said on this channel. At the end of the day, the most important thing is for you to be able to wake up and breathe this fresh air and live to see another day, essentially. So don't get the virus that shall not be named. Don't wreck yourself and risk everything in these crazy volatile times. If you are a long-term believer, well, my goodness, what an opportunity to dollar cost average and accumulate. I'm certainly not panic selling right now, but don't listen to me. I'm a crazy guy on the internet, right? But that being said, that's enough for me today, guys. I think you get the gist. I don't really have the ultimate way to end the video, the ultimate way to go out, but hopefully you understand this and just understand that your health, obviously, first and foremost. And yeah, that's it for me, guys. I do love you. Please be safe out there. Yeah. So this is just, I think long term, this is just going to be another thing that we're going to laugh at. I think in, a few months from now, a year from now, I think that what we're seeing right now is going to be absolutely laughable. And I think people are going to be kicking themselves for not buying at these prices. But that's just my opinion. That's what's happened every single time virtually, even in the traditional markets. I mean, dollar cost averaging, even in traditional markets, long term has always played out. But that is it for me, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. I do appreciate all your comments. Let me know what you think about the current situation. Is that it? Is the world going to hell in a handbasket? Let me know, guys. But yeah, I mean, obviously you could tell I'm not that stressed about it. It's just another day in crypto. The only difference is now we do have a lot of things going on in the real world, and that could be a little bit of a black swan, right? That's it for me. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. I freaking love you. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.